The Boston Celtics escape a late comeback as the Boston Celtics took on the Orlando Magic, who are coming off a back-to-back and a little bit injured. And speaking of injuries, one of the Celtics star players this season who's really stepped up and helped this team on both sides of the ball left this one a little bit early. And how will this affect this team moving forward? And hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. I'm your host, Patrick Billings. And before we get anything started, guys, it's Thanksgiving this weekend, and I want to thank all of you guys personally, the viewers, the subscribers, everyone that's given us love in the comments and dropping likes on the videos. We are very thankful for you over here on Celtics Digest, so we truly appreciate it. And if you're new here as well and you love the content that we're doing here on Celtics Digest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. And without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video. So the Boston Celtics just took down the Orlando Magic in a game that the Boston Celtics were running away with the whole game. And then we look ahead at the fourth quarter, and it looked like a total different box score than we thought going into that fourth quarter. But let's get right into it as the Boston Celtics won 138 to 129. That is a season high for the Boston Celtics scoring points, and they ended up scoring 80 points in that first half. So they came out absolutely firing, shooting the ball well, something that they haven't been able to do very consistently. So we'll see if it keeps up with 2 days off, going ahead and playing Detroit on Wednesday. But if we look at the box score first, we can look at the Orlando Magic, as a lot of the starters played solid, but the fourth quarter comeback really started with their bench, and they were down 21 points going into this fourth quarter. And Jett Howard and Jace Richardson stepped in, finally getting some minutes. Jett Howard kind of coming off of this weird concept of where they declined his contract, former 11th pick in the draft, declined his contract. So he's looking like, you should have paid me. This is what you're going to get. Drops 30, having 20 plus in that fourth quarter against the Celtics. And Jace Richardson as well, going for a career high with 18, just killing the Celtics in the fourth quarter, not seeing really any starters in most of that fourth quarter. So this bench for the Orlando Magic, was giving the Celtics team a lot of trouble with the lineup that the Celtics were running out there being their starters. So it was definitely a little bit of a scare as it got to a two-possession game for something that was a 20-plus point lead for the Boston Celtics. For most of this game, the Magic really hung in there and made it a very, very close one. And if we look here, it is none other than Jaylen Brown leading this Boston Celtics team with 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists with only 1 turnover. Definitely get a little bit better with the passing and having some more ball security tonight. There was a couple of times where he wasn't getting the whistle tonight. It seems like that's been the case the last 2 games, but he's got to keep on attacking and just keep on getting better at trying to draw those fouls. And another guy who seems to just love playing the Orlando Magic, someone who's from Orlando, Anfernee Simons, with 23 points in 22 minutes. He is a guy that is very interesting because the Boston Celtics don't necessarily have a role yet for him. He seems like he's in this Payton Pritchard role that he's been over his career, now finally finding the starting lineup. There was over the years, we're looking at Payton Pritchard and we're like, why is this guy not getting all these minutes? Just why is he not on the court? Why is he only coming in crunch time when the Celtics are up 20? Not crunch time, but just in the garbage time, and coming in to come and score and get buckets and just hold things down. Why is Anfernee Simons that guy and not coming in to help this Celtics team on offense more when they need it? Because he's been an absolute killer. And again, we look at the box score with the points to minutes ratio. That is a guy that you need to be on the court to help this team go and win games. And I hope moving forward, Joe Mazzulla sees that as well, because he has been on absolute fire, and we're going to need him this Wednesday against the Detroit Pistons, who are definitely one of the hottest teams in the NBA, so they are going to have to be on their ball. And if we look at some of the stats here as well, as the Celtics, like I said in the beginning, shooting 60% from the field and 45% from 3. They were shooting lights out from 3-ball until that fourth quarter with that big comeback from the Magic. But hopefully there's some consistency moving forward with this Boston Celtics team on the offensive end. And another thing that they did very well was the total turnovers, not having double-digit turnovers tonight and not getting a lot of points off of their turnovers, which is great for the Boston Celtics defense. So they were able to make up for their mistakes with turning over the ball tonight. So that was definitely a positive for this Boston Celtics team. But one negative, really standout negative, like I said in the intro, was the injury to Neemias Queta, and that is something that you don't like to see as a Boston Celtics fan. This guy has been incredible for this team, starting in every single game, getting better and better as the season goes on. As he went up to block a shot, came down a little bit hobbled, didn't really turn his ankle, just tweaked his leg a little bit. When I first saw it, I thought that it was a leg injury, looking like he tweaked his knee, but he's walking off the court a little bit hobbled, and they called it a left ankle sprain, and he was questionable to come back. But the Celtics, playing against this Magic team who were on a back-to-back, not a lot of guys available for them on their end, so the Celtics were able to play some small ball and play without him, as Luka Garza did not play today, which is another interesting thing to look forward to tomorrow when we hear a little bit more. But you would think that Luka Garza would come in for those Neemias Queta minutes, but he did not. We saw Chris Boucher instead, who gave them some solid minutes. Nothing too crazy, but we saw Minot at the small ball 5 as well, which was fun. But looking forward to Neemias Queta. Again, we don't know how severe this is, and we'll have to keep updating you guys on that tomorrow when we hear a lot more. But they were able to talk to Joe Mazzulla after the game, saying he doesn't know how Neemias Queta's ankle is doing yet. And he said, in quotes, "I'm going to see him after this." So as we move on, looking into Monday, we're going to find out a lot more with Neemias Queta's injury, because like I said, he has been one of the vital points to this Boston Celtics team this year, really leading them in efficiency, being the number one guy on the court for this Boston Celtics team. When it comes to winning games, him being on the court wins them games on both sides of the floor, whether it's defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, efficiency shooting the ball. This guy is really a glue guy for this team. He's done everything he possibly can on both sides of the floor, and him being on the court is huge for the Boston Celtics. So hopefully with these 2 days off, he'll be able to get some strength back in that ankle, hoping that we don't hear anything worse than a left ankle sprain. Hopefully it's just something minor, but you never know. So you guys are going to have to look forward to another video coming in the next few days when we get more info on this, and maybe there's something going on with Luka Garza as well to why he did not play tonight, with Neemias Queta going out with an early injury in the first quarter. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. As the Boston Celtics get a bounce back win after that tough loss against Brooklyn, they get another couple days off. You guys can heal up, get ready against these tough Detroit Pistons team, as it's the last NBA Cup game in their group. So hopefully the Boston Celtics can pull out a win and somehow slide in to that playoffs for the NBA Cup. But thank you guys again so much for watching the video, and thank you so much for the support, as we are super grateful for you guys over here on Celtics Digest. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go Boston Celtics. Peace out, everybody.